Here's what I learned after last week's message. Someone came to me after the service, and they just gave me a hug, and they said a comment that was probably intended to be faithful, and it was, but for them, it was just a caring, compassionate comment. For me, it rocked me to my core. Immediately, instantaneously, things shifted for me. They gave me a hug, and as they hugged me, they whispered, and they said, I'm really glad God got you through this. And it changed everything. If you remember last week, I said that I was going to run 100 miles. I was training for 100 miles because I wanted to do something that was bigger than myself so I could honor God. You hear all those I's in there? I wanted to put something ahead so I could honor God that was bigger than me, right? I wanted to honor God. I set that in motion. God knew the path. God knew the journey with the unexpected part for me, what was happened before I ever got to the 100 mile. And they said, I'm really glad that God got you through that. And what changed in me in that moment is I realized that God wasn't designing me to honor God in 100 mile. I put something ahead of me that was so big to honor God that God honored the whole dang journey. And I hadn't even thought of that yet. That the whole journey was honored by God. And that God had me in such a place, training for endurance, that if I had not been honoring God, I would have died that day. God said, I think you want to honor me in 100 miles, but how about today? And changed it. So here's a lesson that I learned from that I want to share with you about this journey. The lesson is this. When you have your hope in God, okay? When you have your hope in God and who God created you to be, God will honor the whole journey. The whole journey. Every part of it. God will honor. When you put hope in who God created you to be. What I did is I put hope into someone I had not met yet. I put hope into someone that was on the other side of this 100 mile. And what I was doing, I was putting hope in who God is creating me to be. And it's something that I don't even understand or know yet. And God said, if you put hope in who you created to me, and this is not the result of your works, Ephesians 2, for by grace you have been saved through faith, and this is not the result of your works or your own doing. You've been saved by grace. God honored the whole journey.